It's June 26, 2016, MetLife Stadium, New Jersey. The locker room smells like sweat, deep-seated regret, and expensive body spray. While the Chilean team outside is currently drinking champagne out of a giant silver bowl, Lionel Messi is having a full-blown existential crisis. He walks into the media zone, looks at a sea of cameras, and basically says, "You know what? I'm out. Peace." He was 29, in peak physical condition, the undisputed golden boy of modern football. And he didn't just step down, he straight up rage quit international sports. Today we look back at his career like he's some sort of immortal football god who casually glided his way to a World Cup trophy. But in the summer of 2016, Messi was a broken man who looked like he wanted to change his name, move to a remote cabin in Alaska, and never look at a sphere again. Let's talk about the year Lionel Messi reached his absolute limit, the chaotic 47 days that followed, and why the entire country of Argentina suddenly realized they had collectively bullied their best player into early retirement. To understand why Messi snapped, we need to talk about the toxic relationship between Messi and his home country back then. For years, the narrative in Buenos Aires wasn't, "Wow, we have the best player in the world." It was more like, "Hey, why does this guy sound like he eats tapas? Why is he so quiet? Does he even like dulce de leche?" Because Messi moved to Spain at age 13, a vocal chunk of the fan base and some incredibly loud TV pundits accused him of being Catalan, not Argentine. They claimed he only saved his superpowers for Barcelona because they paid him in bags of cash, while treating the national team like a mandatory family reunion he didn't want to attend. And it wasn't just the talking heads, it was the sheer, brutal consistency of finishing second. Let's do a quick lightning round of the emotional damage Messi dragged into 2016. First, the 2007 Copa América. A 20-year-old Messi gets to the final, only for Brazil to absolutely smoke them 3-0. Welcome to the big leagues, kid. Then the 2014 World Cup final, the big one. Argentina drags Germany into extra time, only for Mario Götze to score a volley in the 113th minute. The image of Messi staring blankly at the trophy became the ultimate symbol of grief. And finally, the 2015 Copa América final, a grueling, miserable match against Chile. It goes to a penalty shootout. Argentina misses almost everything. Chile wins. The media back home goes absolutely feral. By the time 2016 rolled around, Argentina hadn't won a major trophy in 23 years. The entire country's emotional stability was riding on a quiet guy who just wanted to dribble. Enter the 2016 Copa América Centenario, hosted in the United States. This was supposed to be the redemption arc, and for the first few weeks, Messi was playing like he had unlocked cheat codes. He scored a hat trick against Panama in 19 minutes coming off the bench. He hit an absolute heat-seeking missile of a free kick against the U.S. men's national team that officially broke Gabriel Batistuta's all-time goal record. He looked unstoppable. And then the final, a carbon copy rematch against Chile. 120 minutes of yellow cards, flying tackles, and 0 goals. It goes to penalties. Again, Chile's first penalty taker, Arturo Vidal, steps up and misses. The stadium erupts. Argentina is handed the golden ticket on a silver platter. All Messi has to do is walk up, do his usual cool guy run up, and slot it home. Instead, he launches the ball into low Earth orbit. Wasn't even close. He didn't just miss the net. He missed the entire zip code. You can instantly see his soul evaporate from his body. Argentina goes on to lose the shootout 4-2. While the Chile players do a chaotic victory dance, Messi is sitting completely collapsed in the dugout, pulling his jersey over his face. His best friend and teammate Sergio Aguero later said the locker room looked like a funeral home. Messi was completely inconsolable, and that's when he walked out to the press and dropped the ultimate, "I quit. For me, the national team is over," he said. "I've done all I can. It hurts not to be a champion." The moment those words left his mouth, the entire country of Argentina collectively went, "Wait, no, hold on. We didn't mean it." The realization that they had actually broken their best player caused a literal national emergency. The toxic criticism turned into an absolute festival of begging. For the next 47 days, the world witnessed some of the most desperate backpedaling in human history. Look at what actually happened during this month and a half. First, the presidential hotline. The actual president of Argentina, Mauricio Macri, called Messi's personal phone to beg him not to leave, publicly calling him a gift from upstairs. Then, subway subliminals. The city of Buenos Aires literally changed the digital destination signs on their subway lines to read "No te vayas, Leo" instead of the actual train stops. Good luck figuring out how to get to work, but hey, priorities. Next up, the statue strategy. The mayor of Buenos Aires hastily unveiled a brand new bronze statue of Messi in the capital just days later, basically saying, "Look, we made you out of metal. Please come back." And finally, the fanboy's letter. A 15-year-old kid named Enzo Fernandez wrote a massive, emotional, open letter on Facebook pleading with Messi to forgive the country and stay. Keep that kid in mind because he's important later. The panic was so real that even Cristiano Ronaldo, a man whose entire brand relied on competing with Messi, publicly told the media it hurt to see Messi like that and hoped he would come back because the sport needed him. When your main rival tells you to stop quitting, you know things have gotten out of hand. The great international retirement lasted exactly 47 days. On August 12th, 2016, Messi released a statement confirming he was coming back. He basically said, "Look, I love this jersey too much, and honestly, our football association is a hot mess right now, so I'd rather fix it from the inside than complain on the couch." But the Messi that came back wasn't the same quiet, clean-shaven kid who tried to please every angry talk show host in Buenos Aires. He grew out a thick beard. He dyed his hair platinum blonde. He stopped playing like a polite magician and started playing like a spiteful warlord. He embraced the chaos. Part of his frustration in 2016 wasn't just losing. The Argentine Football Association was so broke and mismanaged that they regularly forgot to book hotels for the team or left them sitting on grounded airplanes for hours without food. Messi decided he was done being quiet about it. And honestly, that mental break in 2016 is probably the best thing that ever happened to his career. It forced Argentina to realize they needed to support him instead of expecting him to be a one-man miracle machine. Without the absolute rock-bottom despair of that night in New Jersey, we never get the battle-hardened captain who went on to conquer South America in 2021 and eventually take over the entire world alongside that same 15-year-old kid from Facebook, Enzo Fernandez, at the World Cup. So, the next time you completely fail at something and feel like throwing your computer out the window, just take a 47-day break, grow a beard, and come back to spite everyone who doubted you.